From getting fined millions of dollars for wearing a headband to being punished for wearing jewelry, here are some of the accessories that were banned from the NBA. In 2023, NBA players, especially the ones younger in age, have a barrage of flashy, expensive jewelry. You can commonly see players show off their chains and watches in post-game interviews. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and even Kevin Durant have never been shy about showing the world how rich they are. Of course, you'll never see them wear jewelry in a game, because it was banned back when a lot of these players were just kids or babies. Players like Julius Erving and Michael Jordan were basically the pioneers of wearing chains during actual games. Darryl Hawkins would go above and beyond, wearing multiple chains at once during NBA games. When fans say the game was different back then, they weren't kidding. During a game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder back in 2014, LeBron James suffered a broken nose when Serge Ibaka had inadvertently hit him across the face with his arm. Before he came back to the court, he said this: "I've been talking to Marvel Comics for the last couple of days, and DC Comics is trying to come up with one of the greatest masks of all time. We'll see what happens." When he returned to the court against the New York Knicks, his debut became legendary. The Miami Heat came out in their all-black uniforms, and James came out in an all-black face mask that just looked straight out of a Marvel movie. That night, he was definitely in superhero form. The Heat defeated the Knicks 108-82, while masked Braun dropped 31 points on 13 of 19 shooting, grabbing 4 rebounds and 4 assists, all in just 37 minutes of action. After the game, James and his teammates were such fans of the mask that they even made shirts for it and made a social media post with him and Batman side by side. Unfortunately, the NBA was the one who swooped in and banned it. For some odd reason, they just didn't approve of the black mask. Yeah, I think the NBA is against anything cool at this point. James did fight for the black mask, but the league just didn't budge, and he was forced to switch to a clear mask. The main reason he was forced to switch is that the NBA doesn't allow any uniform alterations to be made that they cannot profit from, which is straight wrong. After originally giving LeBron the green light to wear the mask, the league eventually changed up and felt the clear mask was more appropriate. Wow, dang, it's upsetting that one of the best mask and uniform combos of all time was short-lived. The memory of superhero Braun will forever be in basketball fans' hearts across the globe. I think I speak for everyone when I say, please bring this back, NBA. In 2018, there were certain headbands that began to take the NBA by storm. However, this would lead to a ban that not only annoyed NBA players, but NBA fans as well. Players like De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler, and Drew Holiday would be the sole reasons they were popular, especially Jimmy Butler, aka Jimmy Buckets. It was just something about seeing Jimmy drop 30 on your favorite team while wearing a ninja-style headband. It was extremely fashionable, and it's definitely something that would have still been around today had it not been extinguished from the game. The reason the NBA decided to take them away is that they were concerned about the size and length of the headbands, even labeled them as a safety hazard and unprofessional. That wasn't the only headband to be banned though. Because the NBA let everyone know if you wore any brand other than the NBA logo on your headband, you would be fined. They're always finding somebody. But for good reason, this straight up angered some NBA players. As a result, they would start wearing their headbands upside down. This became popular around 2007 when Celtics point guard Rajon Rondo basically started the entire movement. Millions of NBA fans saw this upside down headband, which is what he wanted. The Celtics made the NBA Finals in 2008 and 2010, and on average about 10 million fans tuned in to watch per game. Yeah, that's a lot of eyes. The entire sports world saw just what Rondo thought about the NBA, and the league was tired of it. They would directly tell him to stop disrespecting their logo, wearing it upside down. If you know anything about Rondo, you know he wouldn't bow down to anyone, even the NBA. So he would just remove the headband entirely. While those bans were silly, this one might actually be the most understandable one. You see, there were sneakers called the APL sneakers. They were designed to increase a player's jumping ability. Pop me a pair of those. In 2009, the Boston Celtics wanted to wear these super sneakers during the NBA playoffs. The NBA, of course, rejected the idea without hesitation. According to the APL, the shoes feature a load and launch technology that instantly increases someone's vertical. Again, cop me some of those. Here's what they said. Our proprietary load and launch technology has managed to accomplish something never before achieved in the athletic footwear industry, a product that makes you jump higher instantly, said Adam Goldston, the co-founder of the organization. Adam said he genuinely wasn't surprised at the ban. We're not exactly shocked to hear the NBA choose to ban our shoes. The biomechanical testing showed that players exerted far less energy as a result. In 2020, the shoes would make a return not to the NBA, but to the public. Again, cop me some of those. They had two new models, the Super Future and Concept X. They were priced at $400 and doubled down performance-enhancing technology. The year before that, they released a model. Its primary focus wasn't to jump higher, but instead to run faster. Again, cop me some of those. In late 2018, the NBA alerted former Cleveland Cavaliers guard J.R. Smith that he would receive a hefty fine every game he neglected to not cover up the tattoo on his right leg. Smith would get the famous company Supreme tatted on the back of his right leg. During this time, this was one of the most popular brands worldwide. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing someone rocking a Supreme hoodie or various other clothing and accessories. The reason he was asked to cover it up is that it didn't meet the NBA's guidelines that prohibited any other logo but their own from being worn during games. As expected, Smith wasn't too pleased and said this after the incident. So I was informed today that I would be fined every game if I don't cover up my Supreme tattoo on my legs during games, along with some cry laughing emojis on his social media posts. These people in the league office are something else, he concluded, along with a middle finger emoji. Just 2 weeks after Smith was warned, the NBA had the same thing to say to Lonzo Ball. Either cover up the tattoo or you'll be fined big bucks. He had his famous Big Baller brand logo tattooed on his arm, but of course, the league owners didn't appreciate it at all, and why not? The funny thing is that this rule has been in place since 2011. The NBA just chose to act on it in 2018 when Lonzo and J.R. Smith were seen with the ink. Now, of course, the NBA wasn't done enforcing this rule. They would ask the then Washington Wizard Kelly Oubre Jr. to remove his Supreme leg sleeve. He wasn't too pleased about it either. They shouldn't have sold it to me, or they shouldn't have dropped it if we can't wear it and it has the NBA logo on it, because I play in the NBA, right? I should be able to wear anything that has the logo of what I represent, said Oubre. J.R. Smith was wrapped up in another similar situation. This time, it wasn't the tattoo, but instead, he rocked a Supreme branded shooting sleeve on his right arm. It was during a highly anticipated matchup between the Cavs and the Lakers. Honestly, it was fire, just like Oubre's leg sleeve. Apparently, Smith thought so too. I thought the sleeve was dope, said Smith. Obviously, Supreme is an amazing brand, but the fact they did a collaboration with Nike and the league, it felt like a no-brainer to me.